Good morning, guys. I just I'm not going to be on here long. I know that tensions are high with the state of this election and the possible state of this country. Um I wanted to come live because it feels like good morning, Smokey. It Okay, first of all, I want put a 1 in the chat. I know I do always say that, Amber K, but I really don't stay live very long. I don't do 4 and 5 hour lives. Morning, D Rod, Mar, Kathy Bradley, Serendipity, Remy, Misbehaving, Randa, Casey Zen, Living Dead, Marsha White Sharky, Tiffany Marie. Um, oh, Let me ask you something. Liquid Skin, you should be able to buy in uh, any drugstore, Remy. And congratulations on winning that gift card yesterday. That was very cool. Of Morning, little lady. Hello, Monique. Um, Put a 1 in the chat if you want to be known either on YouTube or in your real life for the worst thing you've ever said or done. Because I'm getting really, really, really tired of it. Hello, Mrs. Michelle. Now, I'm going to talk about this and then I'm going to put it to bed once and for all. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about myself first, okay? First of all, let's start with the fact that for 25 years, I have been run through so many organizations, such as gaming commissions, lottery commissions. Uh, I've held a port authority pass too. I've held a merchant mariner's license. I've held a TWIC. Um, all of these have been required throughout my gaming career. So I really can't be that bad of a person, okay, in order to get through all of these. Now, what was said on that panel the other night, I said that to hurt a man. I did not say that to hurt an entire race. Is it right? No. Have I apologized? Yes. Do I sincerely mean that apology? Yes. But some people just can't quit talking about this. I mean, okay, I messed up. I don't know what else to say. You know, I said things to hurt a man, not a race. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Richard. Hello, Lindsay. And it wasn't right. There was nothing right about what I said. And I have apologized and I am trying to move forward. Now let's get on to the drinking and driving. I did not drive. I made that clear on Tiffany Marie's panel that I did not drive. But the people that are going at me have some nerve. Hello, sunshine after the rain. What a beautiful name. Have some nerve when they themselves are sitting on a drunk driving charge that they don't even know if it's a felony. Let's turn back time a little bit, okay? Remember when Laura went to the funeral and she stopped at the restaurant and she had the big margarita and she got in her rental car and she drove for several minutes with her headlights off? I supported Laura back then. And I even said, oh, I don't think she was that buzzed. I'm going to play the clip, Remy. So I know in my heart that I have no hate in my heart for any human being. It doesn't matter what and I've said this the other day, and like I said, I'm saying it today and I'm putting it to rest. I'm not going to be known on YouTube for the worst thing I've ever said. I refuse. Nobody on here, thank you, Blue Sugar. Nobody, Miss Michelle, nobody on here wants to be known for the worst thing they've ever said or they've ever done on here. Nobody. I have true remorse for the things I said. But the things I said, and I'm not making an excuse. Actually, somebody was in my comment section, and I hope I gave them an answer. And the answer was what I said was to hurt a human being. This particular person that was hurting me. Thank you, Honor Rose. It was not to hurt an entire race. Now, Laura went live last night giving her political views. Laura talked about Obama and Obamacare and how um, it only benefited the poorest of the poor blacks in the ghetto. I have made this clear before. I was raised in the projects. I was the poorest of poor. Did Obamacare benefit me? No, it didn't. At the time, I made too much money. But it did benefit my niece and it did benefit my nephew, who are both white and who made less than poverty level money. They worked every day. They just didn't hit the criteria to be middle class, which is a pretty high criteria in this country. So I would like to know where the live streams are about what was said in Laura's chat or what was said in Laura's um, uh, live stream yesterday, because I have been nailed to a cross for words that I should have never, ever even thought, much less said. I have been nailed to the cross for drinking and driving when I didn't even do it. When I said I was at home, I meant that's where I was staying for the night. I think you all know me well enough that I have explained several times that I don't have a home of my own. I lost all of that. I'm not reading chat right now. I lost all of that. So when I said I'm home, the meaning was I was home for the night. I did not drink and drive. Nothing excuses what I said to hurt another man, to hurt a man. Nothing excuses that. But I have apologized. I am the only one that has apologized. Now, there was a panel held about why I can't work, why I can't get a job. Okay, because of my disability. Now, I want you all to listen to this, and I'm not fancy. I don't know how to do, you know, I don't know how to do all these clips and all of this stuff. But I want you all to listen to this. The truth, they wanted it to fit their agenda exactly. And where was the outrage when this was said? So hold on just a second.
aid in the school. I don't think I could do that because I have a felony on my record. But I mean, not a felony. I guess is it a felony for my DWI? I don't know if that's considered a felony on my record. It might be. I think I got knocked down, but I don't think I could ever work in the school. But I mean, you know.
Now, do you know what a DWI is? A DWI is a DWI, driving while influenced, driving while under the influence. Now, this is one of the same people that continued yesterday to go on and on and on about the fact that I did not drink and drive. And I made that clear on Tiffany Marie's panel that I was not. And I know they watched Tiffany Marie's panel because they commented on it. Laura sounded mad for not being poor enough and pissed at the poor. Well, like I said, Laura, it wasn't just black, poor people. First of all, why would you assume that only blacks live? And first of all, I don't like them called ghetto. Let's call them low income housing. Okay? Let's call them low income housing. But for you to say that Obamacare that Obama only helped the poor, lowest of poor black people in the ghetto. Did we not hear that last night? Exactly, Ash 274. Because, like I said, my niece, who is white, my nephew, who is white, and their children, who are biracial, all benefited from Obamacare. They all benefited from it. I, on the other hand, did not, because at the time I made too much money. Private insurance was cheaper for me than Obamacare. At that point, all you had to do was prove you had insurance. Sadly, I didn't have insurance at the time because that's when I was going through my cancer. So I had to pay the fine on my taxes, which was a clause in Obamacare. If you cannot prove you had insurance, you had to pay the fine. Was I happy about paying the fine? No, I wasn't. But I did it because that was part of the deal. And you may be right, Samantha B. You may be right. I did turn the key on and I did get it warm in there. And I've explained this. So now we have Makeup Mobster who has a driving while intoxicated, a DWI is what she called it, who doesn't know whether it's a felony or a misdemeanor. And she's talking about not being able to work in the schools. Nothing I have done in my life has prevented me from any job. 25 years I worked in the gaming industry. Try getting a gaming license. It's not easy. I held a West Virginia lottery license. I held a West Virginia dog racing license. But they are using it to hurt me, and it is hurting me. And like I said, I've apologized and apologized. Hold on just a minute. Hold on, guys. Lolly's going to go off for a minute. I'm not going to apologize anymore. I've never received an apology on here. I've never, the whole panel that Makeup Mobster and Laura did was about the fact that I'm going to try something. I hope it doesn't cut me out. Can you all still hear me? I'm going to really put myself out there. Okay, guys? Can you all hear me? I'm going to put myself out there. And I swore I wasn't going to do this. But I'm going to show you just part of my disability. Okay? Now, there'll be memes made about it, what have you. This is part of my disability. Can you all see that? Maybe I have to put it on screen share. Because I don't know how to do anything. This is why I always wait for Mar to help me. But I want to show you something. And I'm sure there's going to be accounts made, avatars made, but I'm tired of being put in a place where I'm lying, I'm lazy, I'm I worked my whole life, people. I paid into all of this. And trust me, every one of my friends have begged me not to do this. And I see you all begging me not to do this. But I'm going to prove a point. And if people want to use this as a meme or anything like that, then that shows them. That doesn't show me. No, I'm not answering that. My thing is roboting. Can you all see that? Can anybody see that? Maybe you can't see it. Maybe I'm not going to be able to show it. This is why I'm not able. Well, obviously I can't show it, so you're all not going to be able to see it anyways. But this is why I cannot. Well, this is one of the reasons I can't work. And like I said, I'm not ashamed of it because it came from something that I don't have control over. It came from something that I don't have any control over. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not. I'm looking for people to try to understand. Yeah, thank God I have button issues. Thank God I suck because Diane has seen it. I've sent Diane the picture of it. Um, my a lot of my closest friends, my Discord has seen it. But I'm sick and tired of these people going at me for all the wrong reasons. Okay. I'm tired of it. I have apologized for the horrible things I said. And I said those, and I don't want to cry. I said those to hurt a man, not a race. I am being attacked by a woman that has a DWI on her record, and I didn't even drink and drive. And I made it clear that I was not going to drink and drive. I made that clear on Tiffany Marie's panel. Now, after today, I am putting this to rest. Because if you want to remember me by the worst thing I've ever said or done on this platform, then that's on you guys. Yeah, bye, Yarnfield. Yes, Yarnfield crew. Yes. There was a whole live about me yesterday, so please don't come in here and tell me what's going on and what's not going on. I'm fully aware of what's going on. I am ashamed of my behavior on that panel that night. And I don't know what else to say. But these pop-up videos, these pop-up clips, you know, I've had people unsub me because no, you're not blocked, Caslin. Look, I said black. Now it's going to be known as a racist thing. You're not blocked. I don't want anybody on this platform to be known for the worst thing they've ever said or the worst thing they've ever done. I don't want anybody to go through their life. Okay, you have a good day too, Yarnfield crew. I apologized. I have never received an apology on this platform, ever, for the things that's been said and done, but I didn't expect them either. No, I wasn't going to show my boobs, Caslin. And I guess it's a good thing it didn't work because so many people were saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I am human. I make mistakes. I'm going to continue to make mistakes. And that wasn't even a mistake. Well, I'm not excusing what I did. That was out of pure anger and hurt. And I used that to hurt a man. And I should not have done that. But where is the outrage today about another creator whose beliefs diminishes an entire race? I am so tired, guys, of being nailed to the cross over this bullshit. You know, I was always taught that once you hand out an apology, it is up to the person to accept that. And I'm going to stick by that. I'm not going to speak of this person. That was an agreement made that and I'm going to stick by that. I'm going to stick by that. I apologize for anybody I offended. Because like I said, my intentions was to hurt him. And that doesn't make it right. I'm not making excuses. But I am ready to put this to bed. I don't want to see any more pop-up clips. I am not in competition with anybody on here. I have no intentions to ever be on No, you're not blocked, the whole truth. I see you. I have no intentions to ever be in a competition on here. I just want it. Congratulations, Kimmy P. I haven't seen you. I just want it to end. I don't know how to do that. Someone just texted me and wants the link. I don't, like I said, guys, I am who I am. I'm not perfect. Kimmy P, boy or girl? I know it seems like forever, Kimmy P. It feels like you've been pregnant for like 2 years. I can only imagine what it felt like to you. They're just looking for shit to drag you for. Yeah. And that's okay. That's okay if that's what they need to do. They're like, yes, hybrid Pisces. There is so much more going on in this world than the worst thing that I've done. Thank you, Lisa 54. I just, I just want you people to know. I want all of you all to know that I'm not a bad person. Am I perfect? Nope, never will be. Am I going to say things that are stupid? Yep, probably so. Probably for the rest of my. Kimmy named the baby Ash 274 the second. Ah, wouldn't it be Ash 275 or Ash 274 and a half? I just want the clips, the draggings of me. If you're gonna drag me for something real, something, something that you really don't like about me. I'm not the moral authority. I never claimed to be the moral authority of this community. Yes, everybody congratulate Kimmy because I know she's been waiting forever. Thank you, Amanda T. Thank you for your support. Guys, I want to get back to being me, and this has really, really, really bothered me. So I just want to get back to being me, whether people like that or not. This is my channel. Hey, Uber, I didn't see you sneak in. Hey, Donna Crafty Creations, Laced with Lacey. Yeah, let's all give Kimmy P a big congratulations. And I pray that it's a better world for Kimmy P's child and all the little ones coming up in the world today. I have a hard time, Kimmy C, letting go of things. When something bothers me, but I am letting go of this today. Thank you, the whole truth. I am letting this go today. The pop-up clips, the continuous going on and on and on about me for that night, for only that night. I can't take it back. If I could, I would. Am I looking for sympathy? Absolutely freaking not. But the same people that are dragging me have said and done things, and this is not an excuse. Even so much more ridiculous. I can't even say that. That sounds like I'm trying to cop out. And I'm not trying to cop out. I'm not. I'm owning it. I have owned it. I don't know what else to do. The live streams after live streams after live streams about what a horrible person I am for saying this or for saying that. I've tried to lay off Laura. Even Laura acknowledged that the other day. I'm sorry that I had to use her as an example because what she said last night in her stream was just totally off the charts. And I wanted her to know that, I'm not an Obama fan. That's just my personal opinion, but it wasn't only the poor, the poorest of poor blacks from the ghetto that benefited from Obamacare. I know a lot of young, white, Caucasian, Hispanics that go out and they work and they still fall below the poverty line, and Obama did help them. Obamacare did help them. People who would never have been able to afford a cell phone for an emergency or to stay in contact with their children's schools or anything like that were provided cell phones. People benefited from it a lot more than just the poor black of the so-called ghetto. Well, I'm a poor white that was basically born and raised in low-income housing until my mother and father were able to afford to purchase a home. Thank you, Sunshine After the Rain, for joining. And I wouldn't take my childhood back for anything, because you know what I learned in those projects? And we called them projects back then. We didn't call them low-income housing. Was regardless of what skin color people toted around, what it didn't matter. It didn't matter if you were Caucasian or if you were black or if you were Hispanic. It was everybody looked after everybody. Everybody made sure that everybody's children were fed. And if their children were out showing their asses, it was nothing for the neighbor to step out her door and to scream at me because I was out throwing crab apples. Or it truly was a village raising children.
Yeah.
And I would never take that back. I would never take that back. And no one should be ashamed of where they live or how they live, as long as they're doing the absolute best they can. Hello, Marcia.
Hey, Tracy. Sweetie, I texted you too. You are giving them right now, this stream, so much more than they deserve. The things that were said yesterday, I don't know who it was put in here, was said was systemic racism, and that's so true. That was painting whole races and people with a brush. And that's on them. Tracy, the people who know you, who care about you, and who have come to care about you, know better. You were not driving. That's proof. They are racist. They have said it. That's proof. And those are my words, not yours. So I wouldn't give him another second about this. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't, sweetie. I really
Well,
wouldn't.
obviously, I gave them enough that someone decided to go live and do a little dragon this morning.
He wasn't so that video so long.
So
That, oh, well, hey. That one, everywhere he goes, he paints others with the brush, too.
thank you, Monique, for joining.
If you had wore a pink dress that night, strapless dress that night, and showed it, there would have been lives done about the pink strapless dress. It doesn't matter. They just look for the least little thing. And there's certain ways, and I'll tell you offline how I think about him when he comes out with his pronouncements. One, he loves to hear himself speak. But you're not a racist. You are not. We all know you are not. Nor am I, nor I can't think of one in this chat that is. But that you're giving them so much more than they deserve. And at some point, you have to just pull the door and go to the next room. They may slide under a little bit. The dust may come in a little bit. At some point, you just have to say, you know what? You're just, the people who care about me know me. And those who don't are enjoying it. Let them have their fun. They're the ones that in the long run are going to pay for it, not you. You don't owe them nothing. Or let me be correct. You don't owe them anything. Wow. I mean, I grew up in Chicago as a child, right? You could go out on the corner where my grandma's restaurant is and see Cabrini Greens, one of the poorest projects in the world. One of the most One of the most violent projects in the world. And that tells you my community that I grew up in was a combination of Polish, Puerto Rican, and Black. Everybody was poor. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying,
I'm getting accused of throwing things in people's faces. What has been done to me for the past 2 weeks?
Exactly.
So, I agree, Tanya, and I have been allowing them to live rent-free in my head, and I have to let it go.
When I was going through this, people were telling me that, you're giving them too much, and I didn't believe it, and I would fight back, and then when I got to where I couldn't, I realized, you know what, they're right, I was giving them too much. Just I know you're like me, it just bothers the hell out of you for someone to think something of you that you know is not true. And you don't want anybody, whether they like you or not, to think that. Right?
Yeah.
The ones you need to concern yourself with are those that you know care about you. If Galway Girl came up and had a question, about something you'd said or done, that'd be a whole different ballgame. If Serendipity had a question about something you said or done, that would be a whole different ballgame, and I have learned that. That's why I only care about those that care about me if they question me.
Truth, he lied. He's on panel saying your name. He lied the very night that we made the agreement. He lied the very night. Thank you, Serendipity. He lied the very night we made the agreement on Diane's not to speak of each other. He went straight to FODS and spoke on me. So a man's word, when your day when at the end of your days, your word is all you take with you.
That's right.
So thank you, Lace with Lacey.
Also, remember, some people are using him so they aren't breaking their word. Who's the weak one there?
Well, like I said, I am not going to continue. I have released this. I'm not going to continue. If you want to know me as for the worst thing I've ever said on here, then by all means, uh, then thank you, Remy. Then that's what you need to do. Um, I think it's, strange that I fire up a live to basically say that how horrible I feel about the things that I said that night, and then a live gets fired up to drag me.
Bingo.
So I won't be firing up any more lives to say how horrible I feel about what I said. It won't happen. I'm done with it. I'm putting it to bed. I owe no one on here an explanation about applying for disability. I'm sick of it. Yes, I did play that clip of Makeup Mobster, and I played it for a reason,
And a
because
good reason.
she is one of the ones that continuously drags me.
And yet points the finger.
Yes, you're
You
not a
do it
man.
for
Your
good
word
reason.
is your bond. And I am
You're
giving
not
you all
the
my,
only- I don't know if
I
you
am-
have mug shots or not, but there are others with mug shots around here. So
plenty.
you don't owe them anything. I'm sorry, Dolly said that too.
I'm giving you all my word that
We know
this will be the last time that
Okay.
I speak on this. Play the clip of Laura so you can understand what's being said about her systematic racism.
I think we all heard the goofy stuff she said about Obama and low poor black folks. I heard that crap. She's obviously, I'm not saying she's stupid, but she's obviously ignorant if that's all she thinks. I wouldn't be alive without Obamacare. I don't care what anybody says. And I'm not poor, I'm not black. I just got an insurance crunch and had to have open heart surgery. So think of all the children that helped. You know what I mean? So, and as far as Obama not doing anything for anyone, well, you know what? People who think like she thought or thinks or said she thinks, they aren't going to think anything anyway.
And like I said, I'm not an Obama fan, but I would never stand up and say he didn't help people, because I know he did.
Yeah. I'm not a Trump fan, but he obviously gave something to people. Look how many voted for him, right? So
yeah, I mean, he made, he won the election fair and square.
That's right. Whatever happens this time, but
and you know what? I'm not a Biden fan. I'm not a Trump fan. I mean, I'm kind of torn between the two, but regardless of who wins, I will still have respect for our commander in chief, because that is the way I was raised.
Yeah, that's what I said the other day. That still you have to have respect for the office. But
and it screwed a lot of people. It did screw a lot of people. I'm not saying it didn't, but it also helped a lot of people. And it wasn't just, trust me, it didn't benefit me a bit. Obamacare did not benefit me, not one iota.
Ms. Nomer says systemic racism is alive and well on YouTube. Yeah, and she's right. The biggest problem people have with Obama around here is that he was a black man.
I was proud to have a black man as a president. I thought it was a step in a direction that I never thought this country would go.
I agree.
I mean, I really honestly didn't believe Sweet crazy, I adore Michelle Obama. That's who I adore. She's a classy lady.
She'd be a good president.
But I never ever thought this country would ever see a black president, and I was so proud to see that. To me, that was such a major step in a direction that this country needs to go.
Yes.
And although my candidate was Ben Carson in the last election,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't make it. But Ben Carson was also raised. Now, this goes back to what Science Girl said when she said she's not going to value your opinion if you're a high school dropout or you just have a diploma. She's not going to value your opinion. There's a list of people that didn't get degrees that are very successful in this country. There is Ben Carson, who again was my candidate, who became a neurosurgeon, who was, the director of HUD. Why? Because he was raised in low income housing. And
Yep.
thank you, sunshine after the rain. But I want you to listen to this clip for just a minute and make me understand why I'm being nailed to a cross.
Okay.
I did. I really think I became a Republican because of Obama. Obama was a fucking joke unless you were a very, very, very poor black person living in the ghetto. If you were that, Obama was great.
So, according to
Isn't that
this
the same
person,
one? Isn't
because
that the
Obama
same
did,
woman?
Obama didn't benefit her because it didn't benefit her.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that the same one who said that depending on whether you're a high class black person or
Yes.
a low class black person, which version of the N word you can use?
Oh yeah.
Anyone who takes racial, political, socioeconomic advice from her needs some help. The other one too, that went on about that only, high school graduates and workers and all that. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to get into that stream, but that.
It's come to the point that they just need someone to attack. But I want you to listen to this. I want you to listen to this oldie but a goodie. Okay? And where was the outrage when this went down?
So, as you guys know, Diane went on this rampage last night about the R word. And I also want to say this. I said this on Jules of Thoughts video. The difference between the R word, a lot of people are comparing it to the N word. Now, I apologize if I offend anybody, but it may slip out in my talking about it right now, not the N word, the R word. The difference is that N word is derogatory no matter what. However, it's only derogatory when a white person or an upper class black person says it. Because when you go to the lower level blacks, they say it all the time to each other and it means nothing.
Lower level black.
So
that's all you need to know right there.
It's only bad if a white person says it or a higher level upper class black person says it. Then it has different meanings.
And it also depends how you say it. I mean, you could say it in a nice way, in a funny way, and nobody cares. But if you say it in a demeaning, derogatory, bad way, yeah, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
A nice way or a funny way?
The R word should only be, and I say should only be taken offensive if it's used in a derogatory, bad way, much like the N word. If someone is using it as a paraphrase, like, you're fucking retarded, then, but they're joking around. Or, because, I mean, I said that kind of not joking, but you guys know what I mean. If you say it in a joking way, then it's nothing that should be taken too serious. The same way the N word, you see people say it all the time. Yo, what's up, nigga? Like that, it's said all the time. And nobody blinks an eye, nobody finds it offensive. So that's the difference between the N and the R. Technically, there really is not much of a difference. It all depends on how you say it. So,
technically,
in either one, if you say it badly, if you say it to someone who's handicapped, mentally incapacitated, handicapped, something like that, where they have no control over it, same way the N-word, you have no control over the color of your skin. Well, you have no control if, you have mental impairments. So if you say it to that person, then yeah, you're 100% wrong and the word is disgusting. But if you say it in a joking way, for either word, it's not that intense. So, why you dead? But you know what I'm saying?
Can you pin RK's comment about the spin zone?
I'll try, but you know what happens when I press buttons,
Yeah,
which
I know,
earlier I guess it turned out to be.
Yes. Amen, RK. Amen. Let me tell you, she gets away with it because I don't care if 3/4 of my friends on here are black. It doesn't matter. But she gets away with it because she doesn't have a lot of people coming back at her. That is systemic racism at its highest form. And as far as I'm concerned, the only time you use the word, and I'm just going to say it because it is a word to use, retard, is if then you're saying that is flame retarded, or the growth of that cyst has been retarded by these lack of blood vessels. There is a time for it, but not in relation to using it as an adjective to describe a human being. So the thing is, and I went through this, I made videos about it last year, about both these things with her. So nothing has changed. She's not grown in the slightest. She's not going to. None of them are. And to have a black man over there defending it because he is even worse. So I just do not give them your time. There are a couple black ladies in our community that don't deal with him either.
Well, like I said, Marsha, and I'm going to wrap this up because I'm going to release this.
But don't put your picture out there, Tracy. Don't.
I'm going to turn this over. I kept my word. Obviously, he did not.
Right. That says more than.
I've been, well, Tracy made it sound like she couldn't be racist because she has a black cousin or a black niece or a black brother-in-law. No. And when John said, go say that to your brother-in-law, your new brother-in-law, let me tell you something. I would never say that to my new brother-in-law, and I'm going to put it this way, and then I'm done, because I actually have respect for him.
There you go.
I have none for you.
He said the same thing about my biracial grandchildren. Did he say that about his wife? Just wondering. His ex-wife? I said it, not you. So just let it go. Ignore him.
I am, and I'm going to give you my word to my subs, to the people in here, to the people that support my channel, that after today, this will not be discussed again.
And do not show the picture of your disability. Please.
I'm going to keep my word and promise you that on this panel, in this channel, that this topic will not be discussed again. I have paid any penance that I should pay. And the worst part of it is I've paid them in my heart. I've paid them in my gut. I've paid them where they really count. Because I laid awake at night thinking, why would you go there? Why would you say something so unacceptable? And all I can come up with is I wanted to hurt a man that was going at me.
The man.
Did I do it in a poor way? Yes, I did it in a piss poor, disgusting, and I am so sorry. I did not want to hurt a race. I wanted to hurt a man.
Exactly.
And that doesn't excuse it, but I'm done beating myself up over this. I am letting it go. I promise you guys, you will not hear this discussed on my panel again.
Good. Good. And don't show your disability. They don't deserve any of that.
And as far as what Science Girl said about she won't value your opinion unless you hold a college education, then obviously she wouldn't value the opinion of so many people like Bill Gates. There is such a list of people that do not have degrees that have been very successful.
That's
And I would never tell a kid in school that your high school diploma means nothing. Because that's basically what Science Girl put out there. She will not respect your opinion if you are not a working, educated person with a degree. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you who makes this country work. And it's the blue collar men and women in this country make this country what it is.
Yes.
So if it's a shame to get out there every day and bust your ass and use your hands to build buildings, to build hospitals, if that's not acknowledgeable.
Well, it's the same difference someone had up here about them saying that the only people who voted for Trump were non-college educated. Bull crap.
Exactly.
No?
What a
Bull
slap in the
crap.
face there. Marsha, I appreciate you coming up, kid. I'm going to let this go. I am going to wrap this up. I am giving you all, everyone in this live stream and listening, my word that I will not be discussing this topic again.
Okay.
I have given apologies, and that is all I can do.
So when you do, next time we can just beat you with a wet spaghetti noodle.
Yes, if I bring this topic up again, then I fully expect you all to come in here and just beat me down. Throw tomatoes until you can't throw them anymore.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you, chat.
Marsha, thank you for coming up.
You're welcome. Bye.
I wish you all the very best. I know this country is under I know it's under a lot of stress right now. Whoever ends up taking this office, I can only tell you that I was raised to respect my commander in chief. I will wish no bad luck on him because that is like wishing the pilot of your plane to crash. And yeah, I don't want anybody fighting in chat. So, Angel Pepper, can I finish your statement, please? Sure. Like I said, I will not speak ill of the commander in chief. I may speak on certain politics, certain issues that I agree or just not, or that I disagree with. I may speak on those, but you will never hear me say if our commander in chief gets COVID, I hope they die. You'll never hear anything like that come out of my mouth. Although I may have shocked you the other night, I will promise you I won't shock you again. And that's all I can do. I wish you all the best. Let's hope that this country comes together as one. And we really do come from a great country. It's just a matter of we need to come together. Don't hate the person that voted for somebody that you didn't want. It's one of those things that it's an honor to be able to vote. So love your neighbor. I wish you all the best. I'm gonna dip out of here. Yeah, I got a little emotional. I'm sorry. I was in college when I lost my only son. Oh my God, at 3 to cancer, dropped out due to depression. But I know my opinion still counts. It sure does. It sure does, Tanya. And I'm sorry for the loss. I am so sorry. So if people cannot respect my opinion because I do not have a college degree, then I do not respect them. I totally agree. I totally agree. So, guys, I'm letting it go. I'm turning it over. They continue to do their live stream after live stream after live stream after live stream. Have at you, people. Have at you, folks. Enjoy that. But I'm done. I appreciate you guys for coming in here. I appreciate all of you for your support. I just let's hope this country can find its way back to some sort of civility, some sort of common ground where we are not Republicans, we're not Democrats, we're Americans. And with that, I will see you guys around the tube.